And I assume... Oh, I can actually see the screen. But you're massively taller than me now.
I'll go here. Ready?
Yeah, it's about even. I feel like I'm in the dark here, though.
You're always in the dark. It's a side effect of not knowing anything.
Side effect.
Hi, everybody. Go on, say hi.
Hi.
My name is Darren, and this is...
A Demon's Voice.
Graham over here.
Graham.
I write a blog called The Demon's Voice, so since we mentioned it. Anyway, today we are talking about the film Cloud Atlas. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was going to say Cloud Atlas. It take about 20 minutes to describe Clerks. Right, briefly describe the plot of Cloud Atlas.
Okay, so the brief plot of Cloud Atlas.
A really short synopsis. Go on. Go. Do you want me to do it if you can't?
No, I can do it.
Well, okay, don't take too long.
It's a display of many relationships over a few thousand years in time.
Yeah.
Acted out by...
Just leave it at that. You're doing well.
A small number of actors and actresses, and they play all the different parts throughout.
Would you give us an example of some of the stories, maybe?
One, well...
Or should I do it? Oof. Oh, excuse you. I don't know if you heard that, but some noises came from Graham, from some part of his body.
Strange cultural sounds.
Okay, one of the stories is...
One of the stories is how Berry's...
she's investigating...
futuristic...
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. She's...
Oh, go on.
She plays a number of parts, but there's one where she's... What is it? There's like... Isn't there like a virus or something on this planet?
There's
on this island where
Tom Hanks
is like living on this island thing.
Yeah.
And Halle Berry comes down. She's like, these are all like tribal people, like they're still living off the land and stuff like that. Where Halle Berry, she's got like digital medicines and all this, and like.
Don't know if the camera heard that. Don't know if you heard it.
He's telling me to hurry up, but
hurry up.
So basically, that's one thought. That's one story.
Yeah, there's one.
Do you want to say something now? Is that?
It's just you taking forever.
I don't think I was. I don't think I was quite engaging.
There's another one, for example, where Jim Broadbent is trying to escape for an old folks' home.
So I was going to mention that. I didn't want to mention that one because that's kind of like a key. That's going to be no. But that's like going to be one of the main ones that people enjoy and will remember.
I thought I've read reviews that one slagged off as being a bit too kind of last of the summer whiny.
I think they've all got like different kind of yeah.
I love films with a different kind of
Okay, so the point is, Cloud Atlas is really quite
long.
It's long. It's deep.
Yeah.
What's the phrase?
Deep.
It's just really interesting and.
Did you think it worked?
Fun. Do I think it worked?
Yeah.
On the whole?
Yeah.
In general?
Especially on the whole?
I think...
Christ. Answer the question.
I've nearly got an answer out.
No.
I'll say it worked.
Yeah, that's good.
As a whole.
Yeah.
But also it could have done with having a little more of a flowing structure.
What do you mean? It had a pretty good flowing structure.
Did it?
Yeah, every story kind of led on to the next in a good like as
how did they because it has been a little while since I've seen it, but was I meant to mention that?
Yeah, if you like.
I haven't seen it for a little while.
I saw it the other day.
So how did the scenes kind of merge from like linked from one to the other?
Lots of different ways.
Because the stories. Isn't Jim Broadbent's music composer guy?
Yeah.
Isn't he kind of part of it? Doesn't he collect things that are relevant to the previous stories and stuff?
No.
I made that up.
Yeah. No, like the way it cuts from different ones is sometimes in the worst cases it literally just cuts from one scene to another scene. You know,
like the
almost like irrelevantly, like.
Yeah.
But then there's other times where like there's one bit where Ben Whishaw walks over to one half of the room and he picks a book up or something, and then the half of the room that he's not in kind of blends with.
The books was what I was thinking of. The books are repeated through history, aren't they? Like There's something there.
There's the music that's sort of her.
That's what I was on about. The composer.
No, you said he collects things, as though he's got like Tom
as in-
Hanks's, head in one part, and he's got Ben Wishaw's hand in the other, and he's making a giant Frankenstein
What are you
monster.
talking about? I never.
It went off a bit there.
I
got
never
excited with my
heard any of
ideas.
that. That's a good
But,
idea. Yeah.
Thank you very much. A time traveling Frankenstein
Time
creator,
travelling, yeah.
Or Dr. Frankenstein.
Collect all the best parts of people from history.
Whose head would you have from history? We won't take too long on this.
Abraham Lincoln.
Why has he got the best head?
Because you can put the hat on. He's got a big beard.
Anyone can have a big hat and a beard.
Oh, I haven't thought that deeply into it.
Okay, whose cock would you give it?
Well, Mark Strong.
Why Mark Strong?
I don't know. I hear
That's
the word.
a bit weird. That's a bit weird.
It's not though.
Mark Strong's dick.
It's not though.
It is.
Not for us, because we own a dildo that we've named Mark Strong.
Oh dear. I think this is the first time you've ever said anything that's made me get embarrassed. Yeah, we do own a dildo called Mark Strong.
Can we tag him in this?
No. Okay, this is nothing to do with Cloud Atlas now, but we should explain it. Occasionally we make little short films. This isn't getting better. And we thought a dildo would be a good comedy prop, and then we thought we'd name it, and we thought we'd name it Mark Strong, because Mark Strong is in every film ever. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But we haven't actually found a film to use it in yet.
No, we haven't.
Just
So we
bought it.
basically just bought a dildo
We
for
bought a dildo
ourselves.
together. It's pretty embarrassing when we went and bought it, but I guess that's another story
It is.
for another day.
Anyway, so Cloud Atlas.
Back to the less interesting story.
Anyway, so and then there's other bits where like kind of conversations are happening throughout time. So like, one person will ask a question in one story, and then somebody in another story will say yes, kind of thing. So it kind of blends, but it cuts the stories. And obviously all the stories kind of share little, elements of each other. Like, spoiler alert, in the one with the Chinese girl. Is she Chinese or is she Japanese? In the Chinese or Japanese girl story. I don't know. It's not racist, I just don't know. Oh no, she's Japanese.
Down on your arse, mate.
No, I'm not. Yeah, there's she's like a I was gonna say something even worse, so I won't say that. she's getting they're feeding the job that I can't say anything now without it potentially sounding racist. Right, she does a job and she's kind of like under control, like she's got a neck thing on that'll blow her head off if she's out of line. And the people that do the job with the neck bracey thing, God almighty, they're eating each other. But they don't know, in a Soylent Green kind of way.
Yeah.
In the Tom Hanks future story, we're off the dodgy subject now. There's cannibals who eat each other, and then in Jim Broadbent old person story, he like runs out from the old people's home shouting "Soylent Green is people." So kind of like it shares things like that and
little hints throughout time. Through life. Wow.
Yeah. So yes. And like characters kind of like I think that Ben Wishaw's like boyfriend in the one with the book turns up as an older man in Halle Berry's story when she's investigating things.
Yeah. Is he like ancient at that point? Like
well, he's old, yeah. He's not like 100. He's like I don't know 70 or something.
Oh, is he? I thought he was about like 300 or something.
No.
I didn't watch that film properly. Apparently
not.
I remember all sorts of mad things, but I remember it being good. I remember the old people's home one. That was my favourite part.
Yeah.
What did you think of Jim Sturgis? He's not in very much and stuff like that. But
I didn't like him or dislike him. He's not the most memorable person in it.
No.
The person on second viewing, I don't remember who impressed me the most the first time. But I think the first time I watched it was Jim Broadbent. I'm not going to say who you think. We'll get to him. The first time we watched it, I thought Jim Broadbent was the best because I just thought he was really funny as the old person, which he is.
Yeah.
But in the old person, the second time I really liked Halle Berry in that 1970s story where she's, investigating Hugh Grant's like weird conglomerate whilst Agent Smith is chasing her down.
Yeah.
I like that. But obviously, the reason we all are interested in Cloud Atlas, or we are anyway, is because Hugh Grant plays a cannibal in it.
Wait, what?
I was on what you were going to say.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
What were you going to say?
I mean, Hugh Grant's fantastic and he should be in more things, but...
well, he should be in less things, but more good things.
Well, alright, yeah.
Yeah. I really like Hugh Grant.
What about just more good things?
Yeah, that'd be a good start. Right. He's in some shitty rom-com now again, isn't he? What a surprise.
So I thought you were going to refer to Hugo Weaving.
As the lady.
As he plays like the matron of the old people's home, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he plays like the hitcher. With
Yeah,
his polo
from
eye and all this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he only appears to
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks and stuff like I just love Hugo Weaving.
I love Hugo Weaving.
I think he's brilliant. And,
Hugo Weaving reminds me of Sam Neill.
If he was a bit more stretched. He's got a bit of a blockhead, hasn't he, Sam Neill?
They've both got... Isn't Hugo Weaving from New Zealand?
No. Really?
I think so.
That's a surprise to me.
And so Sam Neill. And I watched Event Horizon the other day where Sam Neill pulled his own eyes out. Spoiler alert.
Jesus.
Oh, whatever. It's in the beginning of the film.
And now it's ruined for them?
Only the first 30 seconds. Yes, Hugo Weaving's good, but I liked Hugh Grant.
Yeah, okay. So
Cannibal.
he was quite like unrecognisable for the. I mean that was one of the main focuses of the film anyway, wasn't it? Is that they were going to put them all through like rigorous, intensive, what's it called, like prosthetics and makeup and stuff.
See,
like
I don't
that.
think that works.
I think you can, because the people are also recognisable.
Yeah.
You can look through it and then it just puts you off. It's like,
a bit
they've
ridiculous.
deformed
Like
it.
when you see Hugo Weaving as like a fat old woman against another woman who is actually just a woman.
Yeah.
You kind of think like it just doesn't
work.
Yeah, like I'm enjoying it because it's just insane. But there's no way I believe that's a woman. That's definitely, except there's one bit where Ben Whishaw is a woman. I didn't even notice that the first time. And the second time I thought, I now know he's a woman. That's Ben Whishaw. I'd probably still consider it if I was in a situation.
He's got a pretty little face, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'd probably still give him a good old go. Even knowing it's Ben Whishaw.
Yeah. So if he hadn't told you, and if you didn't have all the downstairs...
Do you know what? If I was locked in that house for like a week, and this woman that I've been getting on with said, look, I am actually Ben Whishaw, I'd go, you know what? We're locked in the house. Got nothing else going on. Why not? I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, tell he's boring.
Then he gets his old cock out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't think it through.
We didn't talk about that.
I saw the face and these. Didn't think about that. But turn around, I can't see it. Yes.
It's a dodgy video.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
3 instances of
I'm alright with those.
Yeah.
It was the bit where I was doing a sort of tightrope walk between the Chinese-Japanese thing. I got a bit worried.
Yeah, we all
Especially when I almost said something I almost said by accident.
We all remember, and none of us want to know what you almost said.
No, it was an accident. I didn't say it,
It's
so
fine.
It's fine.
You're forgiven.
I don't mind
for nothing.
Any race, I'm not, I know some of my best friends are Chinese or Japanese. That's what they always say, innit?
That's okay.
Yeah, no, so then what did you think of it worked well considering there's 3 directors?
I think that's kind of evident.
One of them's a bit of a freak. The German one. So you thought I was going to say the tranny.
This is just,
one of them is Andy Wachowski, one of them is Lena Wachowski, and one of them is Tom Tykwer. I don't know how you pronounce it.
You should have found out. I mean, again, more cultural insensitivity.
Oh, it's only to the Germans. That doesn't matter. What are they going to do? Start another war? Didn't work the first 2 times.
Yeah, you think they'd learn by now?
Time lucky, maybe though, so maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I like Tom Tykwer, how we pronounce it. He also did Perfume, The Story of a Murderer with Ben Whishaw. And Perfume, I think, is brilliant. I went to see Perfume with another one of my friends, because I have more than just you. And I kind of worried before the film started, because I hadn't really done any research on it at all. We'd just gone to see it. And I suddenly thought, like, what? This is like a rom-com? Like, it's called... I forgot about the story of the murder bit. It's just the Perfume.
Oh, God forbid if you're going to see a rom-com with your best friend.
I know, yeah. As if I'm, like, sensitive about it because I said I tried Ben Whishaw before.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to say rom-com with a male. It might be gay.
You did freak out when you thought about seeing his dick, though.
Yeah, but then I solved that by turning him around.
That's true. Just hide the dick.
Yeah, just pretend it's not there. Pretend it's just a woman with, I don't know, she shoved a turkey up her. Just bits of sort of flappy meat.
Yeah.
It's
fine. It's just I'm trying to. I mean,
get back to the film.
We haven't got age ratings on this video. No. It's just.
I think anyone could watch this video and it wouldn't offend anybody.
Do you think? Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I think it works really well. There's only one shot that I didn't think worked well when it I went from, I think it was the Jim Broadbent story, to like some sort of spaceships flying in this sort of the Neo.
Well, wasn't he like dying or something like that, and they had to go and heal him? Didn't?
Who? Jim Broadbent?
Yeah.
No. He'd. That's also a bit that I thought was really bad. Is that basically Jim Broadbent was he was a publicist or something, and he owed money to Tom Hanks's friends, so he went into hiding because Hugh Grant was his brother, and Hugh Grant paid the money presumably off on the grounds that he lies low. And so he locked him in an old folks' home. He wasn't dying. Tom Hanks, who's the gangster guy who Jim Broadbent owes money to, it's the worst accent I've possibly ever heard that Tom Hanks does. I think it's meant to be Irish, but it's like Irish fire, Sheffield
Oh
fire.
yeah,
London.
yeah.
It's
He's
like,
got this big. Yeah, he's got all these prosthetics on to make him
well,
look.
that's every time Tom Hanks shows up.
Well,
With big
yeah.
prosthetics. He's like,
Plus,
"Cool, I'm gonna kill these fucking
Yeah.
people." You think like, what is going on? Tom, you're a good actor. What's going on here? Like, are you playing a man who is having a stroke? Like, I don't understand. But and I think that's kind of like the costumes don't quite work. And then every time, like you know, you've got Hugo Weaving who shows up with dressed as a woman, or Halle Berry who's a sort of white Jewish woman, or you know, Ben Whishaw who's a woman. Every time Tom Hanks shows up, it's just sort of like, oh, Tom Hanks has brought a new nose. Like it's just Tom Hanks' selection of noses. He's good though. I like Tom Hanks.
That's funny. That's an episode of American Dad.
Is it? I've never watched it.
Roger the Alien doesn't have a nose, so he gets this. It's like, and he got the Kevin Bacon one, and it's just hideous because it's all like deformed and stuff. And he goes out and he kills a man by accident, and then Kevin Bacon gets arrested for it. It's quite funny.
Kevin Bacon should get arrested for those adverts.
But yeah,
I'm sick of them. But, yeah, so I liked Cloud Atlas a lot.
yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Oh my god, I can't hear the phrase no-brainer. Kevin Bacon, you have ruined the phrase no-brainer for me. But and I like Kevin Bacon. I liked Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon.
Tremors?
Yeah, I know, but it's just those adverts. It's just shut up, Kevin. I'm sick of you.
Oh.
It's like Sean Bean with those O2 phones. Have you ever considered buying an O2 phone?
Yeah,
I did,
yeah.
Sean. But you've gone on about it so much now. I'm never going to own a phone again. Honestly, everyone says that Sean Bean dies in every film. I'm glad. I like Sean Bean, but I'm sick of him trying to sell me a phone. Anyway, so yeah, Cloud Atlas. It kind of split the critics. You know, some people half liked it, half hated it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I liked it as well. You've mentioned a lot of bad things about it, but it's really good.
Yeah, no, it's
on the
really,
whole.
really good.
And obviously, if you're a fan of like The Matrix and Viva Vendetta and stuff like that,
Or Perfume Story of a Murderer.
Or
Run Lola Run.
Do you think it had? I mean, obviously, it did have kind of themes of spirituality and reincarnation and stuff like that. But do you think that has any kind of merit?
Yeah, I think if you want to know what Cloud Atlas is about, there's a 6-minute trailer for it that they released before the film came out, and it's like the whole film condensed to 6 minutes. Obviously, the whole film is 3 hours is good, but it's like the most perfect trailer. Like it's got the cool. That's the other thing I really like is the music. It's just amazing. Like it's like got to be one of the best soundtracks of the last few years. I think the Cloud Atlas music, and yeah, I think that even though like all the costumes and the big noses and stuff are really stupid, the performances are really, really good, so you still buy into them. Like, and that's what I was thinking. Like,
they all give everything. Like, you can tell everyone's trying on.
They should have done like the sort of Gollum gimp suit thing, you know, the motion capture things, as opposed to maybe they didn't have the budget for it. But because I completely buy like Hugo Weaving. Yeah, well, no, because they had like 6 actors and 400 characters.
Oh, that's
but
true.
so overall, I really liked it a lot.
Good.
I also like Speed Racer. Nobody likes Speed Racer by the Wachowskis. Go watch Speed Racer.
I should have mentioned that in the little list before as well. Yeah, because I really enjoyed it as well. Yeah,
Speed Racer is well better than the Matrix sequels. I know that's not saying much.
And it's got Susan Sarandon and Christina Ricci.
Well, Susan Sarandon's in Cloud Atlas.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I forgot as well. Until I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, shit, Susan Sarandon's there.
Weird.
She's like, well, she's a bunch of people.
She
you have
is.
to watch it. Look out for it. It's like playing Where's Wally with celebrities. Like, ooh, there's Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
His nose. Is that Ben Whishaw?
Send him around.
Yeah. So Cloud Atlas is really good.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did as well, then you can comment.
I would say my least favourite section is the Tom Hanks Halle Berry future one, where he's getting haunted by the hitch one. I thought it was kind of boring, which is strange because I generally like movies about the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like the Hitcher guy?
I did like the Hitcher guy. Yeah. I like Hugo Weaving, like you say.
Yeah.
But not that, I mean, I love Tom Hanks and Halle Berry as well. But yeah, and I think my favourite was the Jim Broadbent one, because it was just funny, even though people say it's too last of the summer wine.
Yeah.
I wasn't too keen on how it kind of concluded itself, but...
The nursing home.
Yeah.
How did it end?
They go into a pub, and...
Oh, yeah.
Some old guy who's not said anything kind of causes a fight between the Scottish people.
That's right. Yeah. That's right, yeah.
Yeah. But, yes, and I don't think you can particularly tell, like, which sections were directed by who. It's not like that's clearly the Wachowskis, and that's clearly... Tom Twicker, whatever his name is. I mean, I kind of sense that the sci-fi stuff with the Chinese-Japanese lady. I'm really sorry, but
oh my god,
I don't mean it.
Genuine
I just don't know.
sorrow in your voice.
Yeah, I said it, and I thought like that sounds like I was doing it as a joke. Like I'm pretty sure she's Japanese, but if I'm wrong, then I can only apologise.
You're just a typical ignorant white man.
Yeah.
That's as best as you can.
Mm-hmm. There's no hate.
No. It's just confusion.
Yeah, I just don't know which. I'm pretty sure she's Japanese, but I don't know. Pretty sure she is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's set in Tokyo, that's a clue. I've known that all along. But yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, so I think you can tell that that's the Wachowskis because it's got a kind of sci-fi matrixy
Yeah,
vibe with the
yeah.
cool colours of the Speed Racer movie. But yes, who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
So what are they working on next?
Who?
The Wachowskis? There is something big coming up.
Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending. I mean, yeah, from what I've seen so far, that looks good.
Looks better than the Matrix sequels, but then so does everything.
Shut up.
Hmm.
That's for another video as well.
I'd love to do that.
God, you're wrong. You're so wrong.
I'm really not.
There's no reason why anybody should dislike the Matrix sequels.
That's ridiculous. That's worse than all the Japanese Chinese things I've said. That's more offensive. Because at least I don't mean what I'm saying. You do mean what you're saying.
That's definitely for another video.
So check out Cloud Atlas if you haven't, because it's really good. And if you didn't like Cloud Atlas, I can kind of understand why you wouldn't, but you are wrong. And if you did like Cloud Atlas, then good for you. You've got taste.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
look up the soundtrack as well.
Yeah, the soundtrack. Even if you didn't like the film, I don't think you couldn't not like the soundtrack. But yeah, so I think that's us. Is this us done for the week?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. Well, I apologise for all the horrible things I said and all the things I said by mistake. It was very much an accident. Not all the things I said, specifically the stuff about the...
Just confused racial... Bye.
Bye, everyone.